Freedom without oppression. Safety without oppression. Now, it's what the Freedom Founders stand for. But what does that actually mean? What does freedom without oppression mean? What does safety, more importantly, without oppression mean? Let's take firearms as a talking point. You have one side of the United States, not geographical side, but ideological side, saying that guns should be banned and removed from society. And then you have the other side saying both, let's remove guns from society, but also target the other side with our guns. That sounds an awful lot like it's creating both an unsafe environment and potential oppression. Neither of those lead to freedom. So, what the Freedom Founders did, what they created, or what they're attempting to create, is safety without oppression. Safety without oppression, at least from the Freedom Founder perspective, equals freedom. So, here's the deal. If you don't want guns, you don't have to have them. If you do want guns, you may have them. However, if you have them, you are subject to being put in front of a 5-gun owner panel who can remove your access to firearms under a limited set of circumstances, mental health reasons being one of them. If your access to guns is removed because of mental health reasons, that creates safety for the people who don't want to own guns, or that do, but maybe are not as proficient with gun use as you. Now, if you do have your gun rights removed by this 5-member panel, you can petition the judiciary, a judge, and say, I believe my right was arbitrarily removed and I should have access to firearms. The judge can then say, I believe you're right. They prevented you from having a firearm because they have racism indoctrinated into their panel, or because they have ideological beliefs that say you as a liberal or a conservative shouldn't have a firearm, or maybe they're saying women or men shouldn't have firearms. Maybe they're saying veterans shouldn't have firearms, or maybe they're saying only veterans should have firearms. So a judge can overturn that 5-person panel, that 5-gun owner panel. However, if the judge elects not to overturn that, you do have your firearm access removed. You can petition a federal judge again after a 1-year period to get your gun rights restored. Maybe you've resolved your mental health issues, or there's another reason for getting your firearm access restored. And then, if that is denied, every 1 year thereafter, you can petition again to get your firearm access restored. This ensures that if you are a danger to society and you have purchased a firearm, your firearm access is removed by people who actually use and own firearms. Now, there are other limited circumstances where you can get your firearm access removed, violent things being one of them. Now, not only does this create more safety and freedom for the community, whether or not they choose to buy firearms, it's a benefit for all of society. Additionally, the Freedom Founders have suggested that every police force in the United States be required by law to give twice-a-year training that's freely available to all citizens within their community on all firearms and other equipment owned by the police force. Say the police force has 5 different handguns that they use. They have to give twice-a-year training on all 5 of those handguns to anybody in the community who wants it twice a year. This will help ensure that 2 things. Firearms are understood to be used responsibly. The police are further integrated into the society or their community to build those bonds with their community. So police are better integrated into their community, so it's not friend versus foe. The police become friends with the community. They are in some small towns and rural areas. This would be great for bigger cities too, I believe. So we have this multi-pronged approach. People are allowed to have firearms, but a 5-member panel of firearm owners can remove that permission or that right under very certain circumstances for up to a year. And then the person who had their right removed can petition the court to have that restored. And police are integrating with the community, showing the community what firearms are, how to safely and effectively use them, showing the community what firearms and other equipment the police have, and how to safely and effectively use all of that equipment. So this will help build confidence in the police force, confidence and understanding of firearms, and a level of comfortability with them, and a level of freedom for everybody. Now, there are other things the Freedom Founders are considering petitioning or recommending regarding firearms, but that's just one way to create safety without oppression. And that's really what the Freedom Founders are all about, is creating safety without oppression. So if you'd like to know more about the Freedom Founders, please follow this account. Please share this information. Please comment any questions. I'm just talking to a screen, so I can't possibly fathom what questions or feedback or criticisms you may have. But if you do put a comment in the comments, I'm going to try and match your energy. So please, if you comment in the comments, don't advertise your ignorance. Please provide facts and sound reasoning. If you don't have those, please ask a question instead. Thank you.